We actually thought that the Rays were the best team in baseball after they started out 13-0, just for us to figure out that their best young star is a pedophile. The Rays season was weird if I've ever seen it, and some say that the Rays downfall needs to be studied, and I, a random YouTuber on your recommended, will be that guy. It all starts in a magical realm called Tropicana Field. Of course, this is where the Rays have been playing since their existence. It's also the most ugly stadium, and it's also the worst stadium in baseball. Nothing about Tropicana is fun, therefore, they managed to get absolutely no fans. Plus, traffic to actually get to the stadium is arguably worse than any other city. The Rays had the best start to 2023, and they refused to lose. They started out 13-0 and were clearly overperforming. We all thought that they would slow down, but they just didn't. And in fact, they were just dominating the sport, and as the season went along, it was going smooth. But then, in typical Rays fashion, they hit a bumpy road. The injuries started to pour on just like 2022. In 2022, about half of the roster was injured. The 2023 script for Tampa wasn't quite the same, but it was still bad. And it all began on April 23rd when Jeffrey Springs was taken out of the game due to injury, and he never returned the rest of the season. Losing a pitcher who had a 2.46 ERA the year prior and was a key part of your rotation, yeah, that was going to hurt you pretty automatically. As the season went along, they actually did stay pretty healthy. In fact, they were 40-18 through May, and I'm not sure what the Rays were doing to play that well, but they were. But unfortunately for the Rays, things only got worse and things only got tougher. June, July, and August were really tough on the Rays, and at the end of June, they lost Garrett Clevenger for the season, a player who made a very positive impact. They ended up losing another starter in July, but in August, the worst injury happened for the Rays possibly. They lost Shane McClanahan, the best player in the rotation, and as the months went on, they just kept getting injured, losing Shane Baz, multiple other pitchers as well. It was an absolute mess, but again, somehow they continue to stay and fight and play good baseball. They finished the season with a record of 99-63, just 2 games behind the Orioles. So with that success in the regular season, it was time to prove to the world that they weren't just a regular season team. They needed to prove that they could win playoff games. So what did Tampa do? They didn't win a playoff game, aka getting eliminated round 1 of the playoffs. They had record lows in attendance for 2 playoff games, and now have the longest active playoff losing streak at 7 games. Obviously, a record that no one tries to chase, but the Rays did chase that record. They got to it, right? They scored 1 run in those 2 playoff games, which, by the way, was their first run in 33 innings of playoff baseball. The Rays losing key parts of their team ended up just being too much for them to withstand, and I mean no shit, right? How do you bounce back? Because realistically in 2024, there will be no Shane McClanahan. You will likely not have Wander Franco back. For a team that doesn't spend money, I would have to say that the Rays are in drastic danger. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, and peace out.